Hello and welcome to Our Year with the Ears, our daily vlog where we relive our year living in the Walt Disney World resorts in 2019. Today is day 88.
This morning we got up and got ready and started packing up for the day because it is moving day again. However, we are going from a standard room here at All Star Music up to a preferred room, so we're not going very far, thankfully. We really appreciate days like this because it's a lot easier to go from one place to another at one resort as opposed to driving from one resort to another. It just takes more time.
And it's almost like someone thought it through when they were planning all these out and booking all these rooms. It's like, who in the world would have thought it through and planned to be at the same resort more than one room in a row? Such an intelligent person, whoever they are.
He's so proud of himself, can you tell?
This one time. But most of the time it's not. Most of the time I was kicking myself for how we booked the rooms.
Live and learn. So Robert went to the front before it was time to check out so that he could check out and check in and hopefully see if we have a room that's ready so we can go from one room to another. Unfortunately, because it is spring break time, they did not have a room that was ready. So he grabbed a luggage cart, took it over, and we loaded the cart up ourselves and went out to the front. It was actually a really nice day today. So we sat at one of the tables outside and Robert worked on some more shirt designs.
Now some of these I had started a few days ago. I was trying to put the finishing touches on these because I am trying to get some samples ordered to find out where we want to put all these shirts. And the ones that I was finishing up today were actually related to mostly the ones I did the other day. First off, we had Winnie the Pooh the other day. Well, I had to do Eeyore as well because he's my personal favorite of the Winnie the Pooh characters. So I did an Eeyore design, and then because I did Genie, who was my favorite, I felt like I needed to make an Aladdin and a Jasmine to go with it. So I did one for each of them as well. And I had one final design that had occurred to me just earlier in the morning when I was thinking about what I was going to do. And I realized I absolutely had to make a Baymax because I love Big Hero 6. Seriously underrated movie. It's amazing. If you haven't seen it, you got to go watch it. But I made a Baymax design, and that one I think is probably my personal favorite, right up there with Genie of all the ones I've made. I'm really, really happy with how that one turned out.
And if you do like any of those designs, you can find them in the link below, especially that Baymax one because that is a personal favorite for both of us.
Once we wrapped up designing those shirts, I actually had a call booked in with a friend and mentor of mine who is actually the person who had encouraged us to take all of our room tours and start putting them on YouTube. Well, like we said the other day, we didn't know what we were doing on YouTube. We had no clue. So I asked him if we could jump on a call and just chat about YouTube strategy and what we should actually be doing with those videos. So we got on a call and talked to him, both of us sitting there right outside All Star Music at one of the tables. Again, beautiful weather this morning, so it was perfect. He was very jealous of our amazing weather. He's actually over in the UK, and he was having a very rainy day, but he was very happy to talk to us there with some sunshine. Got some great advice from him and some guidance on how to kind of set up our channel and everything. We knew we weren't going to put a lot of effort into our YouTube channel, at least right now, because we have so much else going on. But it was really nice to get started on the right foot so we didn't kind of have to go back and redo everything later on.
So if you do enjoy our videos, it is truly thanks to him that we even began putting videos on YouTube and actually looking into it. And we're very grateful for the time he gave us and all the direction even later on. We got a text around 3 o'clock that our room was ready. We were very excited because it is nice once you have a room and can put everything in there. It wasn't very far because it is a preferred room, so we're actually like right there. So we took our luggage, headed over there, and of course took our pictures, our 360 pictures, and did a Facebook Live tour.
So we've got two full-size beds in here, once again, and it has the big all-star headboard with the red star on it. These two full-size beds are here, so it sleeps 4. We have the Mickey table over here, and that is standard in all of the all-star rooms. And of course the TV, mini fridge, and drawers, always handy to have a little bit of storage space. I will say these mini fridges here have worked really, really well. They've actually frozen things, which was unexpected. And if you'd like to watch that entire room tour, it is linked down in the description below and up there in the corner.
Once we finished with that, we did take all of our luggage, put it in the room, and of course return that luggage cart. Then we made our way over to Disney Springs because today is a very special day. Today is the brand new mac and cheese food truck opening and we had to be there because we love mac and cheese. Both of us do, especially when it's fresh. It's really good. They said they made it right there, and we were really interested to see what flavors they had. And I have to be honest, they were doing a discount, $3 off everything of mac and cheese you get. So that was a little part of why we were going. We do still have those leftovers, so we didn't need more food. But $3 off, I mean, that ended up saving us $15 today.
It's a pretty big discount, so we were kind of pushed over the edge. We wanted to go and check it out and see the mac and cheese food truck, but saying you can get $3 off a bowl, now maybe I'll buy some instead of just looking. Apparently, we were not the only people who had that idea because the line was very, very long for the mac and cheese truck. Now, this is actually at Disney Springs, over there near the movie theater. There's a whole area by Starbucks there. They can park different food trucks, and they had a couple others out there. The only one that had a line, though, was the brand new mac and cheese truck for obvious reasons. The taco truck was sitting right next to it with nobody at all going to get tacos, and honestly, the cast member looked kind of sad that everyone was ignoring them and not ordering tacos, and I thought,
it was really sad.
If I wasn't here to get, a whole bunch of mac and cheese, I would go get tacos just to make them feel better, but I'm here for all the mac and cheese. Sorry, I can't do that.
Because there was such a long line and there were quite a few people there, Robert stayed in the line and I went to get a seat because we were afraid we wouldn't have anywhere to sit once we got all this mac and cheese, and we want to be able to take pictures and sit and enjoy our food. Which meant that Robert had to carry all of the things of mac and cheese himself, and it looked hilarious when I looked up from my seat and could see him holding these bowls of mac and cheese as he's walking over. It was amazing.
And I only brought 4 over to the table the first time because the 5th one wasn't ready. They were way behind on the brisket one because it was taking them longer to make the brisket. They said they were just having a huge demand for that, so it was backed up a little bit, which was fine because I carried 4. I'm not sure I could have carried a 5th one. I was expecting little bowls of mac and cheese, kind of like a side order type size. These were big bowls of mac and cheese, and I was not prepared for carrying that size bowl, but I managed to get it over to the table fine. I didn't drop anything, and Alyssa could start taking pictures while I went back to wait for the last bowl that we had ordered. I finally got that last bowl, brought it to the table, and we had our 5 mac and cheeses ready to sample and decide what we thought and which one was our favorite.
The first one we tried was the Cheeseburger Mac and Cheese, and this was literally what you would put on a cheeseburger. This wasn't like Hamburger Helper.
No, not at all.
This was lettuce and tomato, all that stuff you put on a cheeseburger, that was in here. The weirdest thing they put in there was mustard. Honestly, had they left that out, I think this would have been perfect because it did actually taste like a cheeseburger, which was what it was supposed to taste like, but also made it weird, so I'm not sure how that...
It was really, really weird. I don't like mustard at all anyway, so it was really overpowering to me. Alyssa likes mustard and she thought it was too much, so I didn't feel too bad about it. The ketchup in there was kind of okay. It made sense with the cheese and everything, then the hamburger and the lettuce, but that mustard was just too much. So neither one of us really loved the cheeseburger one. We kind of said, all right, that's probably going to be our least favorite, even though we started with it. That's fine. Let's move on to something else. I moved on to one that I knew I would be the only one eating, and that was the Cheetos Mac and Cheese. It's basically their normal mac and cheese with Cheetos on top, and turns out it was really good. I was kind of worried they were going to be Flamin' Hot Cheetos because they had that burger over at Cosmic Ray's. They used the Flamin' Hot Cheetos dust. It was not. It was regular Cheetos, and it actually gave it a really nice crunch to the mac and cheese and a little bit of different flavor there, so I was happy with that. Nothing crazy special, but it was pretty good.
The next one I was excited about was the Lobster and Shrimp Mac and Cheese. I was really hoping they did this one right because if you don't, lobster and shrimp mac and cheese can be actually really gross. This was awesome. I really, really enjoyed it. This would be my favorite one we tried because it was so good. Actually better than some of the lobster mac and cheese I've had in the parks, actually.
And the one I was most looking forward to was that brisket. It had an onion ring on top. I love barbecue. I love brisket, so I was really excited about this one. So I got some of that to try, and I was very disappointed in this one. I was really sad because this was supposed to be my favorite one. The barbecue sauce tasted amazing, but the brisket itself had a lot of onion mixed in with it, and it just tasted like a lot of onion in the mac and cheese. So I wasn't a fan of that at all. I don't know if it was because it was the opening day and they were kind of behind on that one, so things were getting thrown off a little bit, but not a big fan of the brisket one. So instead I moved on to the last one that I had kind of dismissed and thought, well, this is gonna be, it'll be fine. It won't be bad, but it's just gonna be fine. And that was the chicken Parmesan mac and cheese. and I should not have discounted the chicken parm mac and cheese because it was suddenly my favorite one that they had there.
That one was incredible. We both were shocked at how good it was. Again, this is food from a food truck, so we weren't sure what to expect, how good it would actually be, but we were really impressed with all of them, just how good they were. But the chicken parm was definitely a favorite for both of us.
So with all of that food, of course, we could not finish it all. We got some lids and closed them up and took all of them back with us, except the chicken parm. We did finish that one off because that one was really good.
It was.
So we took all that in a bag with us and we were gonna head back to the resort, but we're at Disney Springs. It's evening time. It's a nice day, like we said earlier. So we decided to walk around Disney Springs and kind of explore some of the areas we've never been to, starting with Splitsville Bowling Alley, because it's right there just down the street from the food trucks, and we'd never even been in there, so we had to go check it out.
Yeah, we wanted to see what it looked like, what they offered, and we were surprised at how big it was. You actually can't tell how large it is inside from the outside, and so we went inside and we were shocked at how many bowling lanes they had, the fact there was a second floor, and then they started telling us about the food, and they're like, you have to come back for our food. We're like, you're a bowling alley, like that doesn't make any sense. They're like, no, I'm telling you, people come just to eat our food. I'm like, okay, well, we're not going to eat today, but we're going to have to come back. We need to see what all the talk is about.
Seriously, it's on my list now. And they said specifically the sushi. Everyone raves about the sushi. I'm like, I'm not so sure about bowling alley sushi, but we'll see. When we come back, I will decide if I'm adventurous enough to try it. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
We went into the co-op because I have to go see the dress shop dresses. They're just so pretty, and they did have some new ones. I love looking at these because they add so many little details to the design of the dresses, and I love sharing about them too because a lot of times you don't know about them beforehand. So I shared a few pictures on Instagram stories, and then we also went to the pin store because Robert will not go to Disney Springs and miss out on going to the pin store.
I mean, they always come out with new pins, and they're always at Disney Springs when they come out, so it seems like I should stop. I don't know. I can't help it. It's an addiction. Someone please help.
He's not actually asking for help. No, he's not. But we did get to see the new Dumbo Magic Band, which actually looked really awesome. I did enjoy seeing that. While we were walking around, we did get to see an amazing sunset. It actually looked like the sun had a halo. I'm assuming it was a cloud. I don't actually know. It was just this little bitty bit above the sun. It was really awesome.
So we enjoyed standing there by the water at Disney Springs, watching the sunset for a couple minutes, and then we headed back over to the bus, back to All-Star Music so we could turn in for the night. That was the end of our day today, so we will see you tomorrow.
For our Year with the Ears.